Guys, I know how frustrating and disappointing it can get when you've applied to several schools. I mean, you've applied for scholarships, funding, and none of them are saying yes to you. Talk of even give you some small percentage of scholarship or funding. You may have gathered all the required documents, and even on top of that, you have good GPA for the application, but you are still not getting the answer that you want. If you are someone like that, then this video is for you. Hello, lovely people. You are welcome to my channel. If you are new here, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button. And if you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for returning. In this video, I'm going to share with you some tips that I gathered from my school application experiences and some of them that I learned the hard way. And these tips are going to help you to get your application the necessary attention that it needs. Now, let's get right into the video. The first thing that I'm going to talk about is community engagement. Community engagement is very important. You may apply to a certain school or some universities, and then they will give you an admission probably based on your GPA or your good academic results. But when it comes to giving you scholarship, or when it comes to some scholarship, like the scholarship can be internal or external. So when it comes to scholarship administration board deciding on who to give scholarship to, most of them look at those who have good or who have a lot of community engagement. They look at candidates who have had like a lot of volunteering experiences. Volunteering can be, volunteering with orphanages. It can be your own way, maybe volunteering to teach, volunteering to feed the kids on the street. It can be anything that you do in your own little way to give back to the community. Maybe you can help with flooding and disaster issues. You can also decide to come together with your friends or some group of people to create some book drive or clothes drive or food drive, and then give back to the less privileged in the society. If you don't have anybody or any group of people to do that with, you can as well find an existing organization and then volunteer with them, because this will boost your chances of being accepted or your chances of getting scholarship. Mind you, this school application and scholarship applications can be very competitive. You have people with good GPA on there, you have people with a lot of work experiences. So if you are someone who don't really have good GPA, maybe your GPA is between low to middle, this community engagement will help you boost your chances of getting scholarship. I know a lot of you guys know that most schools in US, for example, give automatic scholarship based on academic merit. Guys, let me tell you the secret. It's not just about the GPA, or it's not just about you having a high GPA. I know some schools that you can have a high GPA and then apply to that school and you not get automatic scholarship. And the secret is that you have to have a good volunteering experience, or you have to have a good community engagement as part of your GPA for you to have that automatic consideration scholarship. And that is the secret you not hear anybody talk about. All those who do educational vlogs will just go like, oh, automatic consideration schools or automatic consideration scholarships. Sometimes the secret is that as part of you having a good GPA, you'd have to have a good community engagement, or you have to have a lot of work experience. And even if you don't have work experiences, I mean, the scholarship board can look at your community engagement and how well you give back to the community. Because guys, let's think about this way. If you are a scholarship organization, or if you are an external body giving scholarships, and then you have a lot of candidates, with good GPA, some of them have community engagement experiences and all of that. If you have that list and then you are thinking of who to give the scholarship to, if you're a scholarship board, who will you give it to? You obviously give it to the candidate who already gave back to the community, because you have that confidence that if you give the scholarship to this person after the program or after the study, the person can give back to the community like he or she is already doing. My next point is motivational letter or statement of purpose. Yes, that forms very important part of your application. Motivational letter is one of the documents among all the application documents like transcripts, school certificates, and all of that. Motivational letter is one of the documents that you, the applicant, have control of. So when I'm doing any school application and I come across the requirements of a motivational letter, I don't joke with that side at all. You have to pour all your heart in, because the way you write your motivational letter can tell whether you're going to be selected or not. When you are writing a motivational letter, you have to make sure that this essay links or syncs with the course that you are going to do or the course that you apply to. You have to make sure that you include all your achievements, your accomplishments, your experience, and you have to pay attention to the introduction. I mean, your introduction should be able to hook the reader. Because if your introduction is just basic, when they take your motivational letter, they're just going to trash it. I mean, they have a lot of motivational letters to read. So guys, if you are applying for scholarships and then you are not getting it, maybe your motivational letter is the problem. It's probably not convincing enough to the scholarship board to accept you or give you the scholarship. So you need to pay more attention to your motivational letter or statement of purpose. The next thing I would like to talk about is your CV. If you are applying for a school or a scholarship and the administration board is asking for your CV, it means that your CV forms part of you being selected. That means your CV should speak volume. You wouldn't want to just send a standard CV or just a normal CV. If you are doing an European application to a scholarship or a school and they are asking for an Europass CV, that means that they want the Europass template. So you need to make sure that you get the right template. You need to check your grammatical errors. You need to make your CV as simple as possible. You wouldn't want to just put a lot of information on there because most of the time they restrict you to some number of pages. Some of them will go like 2 to 3 pages or just one page. If they're talking about just one page, you need to make sure that you put the relevant information, just the relevant information on there. If you are someone who has a lot of experiences like work experiences, volunteering experiences, and a lot of accomplishments, and you cannot put all of them in one pages. You just need to pick the relevant ones that links to the program or the course that you are going to do in that particular country or in the school or the program that the scholarship is offering. The next thing I would like to talk about is communication. If you are doing your school or scholarship applications, try as much as possible to have the contact information of the school or the scholarship administration so that at least if you are confused about something, you can communicate with them for clarification. If you have any questions, you don't have to hesitate to ask because sometimes most of this administration board are as flexible as possible, but because we don't communicate or ask questions, we may not have any idea of how flexible they can be. For example, if a GPA cutoff point for a particular scholarship is, let's say, 3.0, and then you probably have 2.9 or 2.95, it might put you off, but you would want to communicate with them and then let them know your grade points, your GPA points, and probably they can have a percentage of scholarship for your particular GPA. So when it comes to communication, I'll advocate and push that you have to do well to communicate with the administration team. Now to my last tip, when you are doing your application, make sure that you have a second eye to proofread and go through your documents with you, because sometimes we may overlook some little mistakes during the application process. So it's advisable to have a second eye to proofread and go through your documents with you, check all the required documents if you have them or not. I believe if you pay attention to these 5 tips, you are definitely going to get the answer that you want. Thanks for staying with me through this video, and if this video was helpful to you, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. I wish you all the best in your application, and I'm going to see you in my next video.